Peace to your feet, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Yo, fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Report on what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the
Hey y'all, hey, back with another video. This video I'm gonna be playing a few clips that I want to just go over with you guys, and you guys can leave your comments in the comment section. This is about Nasiah, of course. Just a few things that I want to play and just talk about. Nothing too major, just I want to discuss it, and you guys talk back to me in the comments and tell me what you guys think about what I play and what I think. So let's get into it.
We didn't know about Nasiah's pregnancy until the police came out with it. It was a rumor that she was pregnant. It wasn't confirmed until the police came out and said that she was pregnant when Kim Worthy pressed the charges.
Wow.
We haven't seen Nasiah. I have not seen Nasiah since June 18th of 2022. I filed the CPS report in April of 2022, and I was still in contact with Marquita, and I went to pick up her son, and so he would play with my son. And Nasiah was there, and I talked to her, and I told her that I was going to come back and get her that next weekend. That's the last day that I saw her, because after that they was already a little bit distance pulling away, but after that they just didn't want to talk to us anymore.
When we went against them, it was over for that. It was no come back, see the kids. I've said that so many times that phone calls, the kids were sneaking and calling. We didn't know.
See, now I can get with what Janelle's saying, because I can possibly believe that they really didn't know that Nasiah was pregnant if they hadn't seen her since June, is what she's saying. Because if they haven't seen her since June, how would they know that she's pregnant? And they were saying, like, it was times when Nasiah would message her, like randomly message her, even though she wouldn't call and talk to them or anything like that. She would randomly message them and say, hey TT, how you doing? Or I love you, or something like that. But my thing is, how do we know that was actually Nasiah? That could have been Shannon, big back ass. That could have been anybody. Like, how they, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to throw people off, to make it seem like she was still around. Let's keep going.
Kids were sneaking and calling. We didn't know what was going on in the house. Why? Because
and that was going to be my next question. Right. That was going to be my next question. Was Nasiah ever able to communicate with you all, like letting you all know what was going on inside of that home?
No, not really. Like, when she would communicate, would be on social media. She used to shoot a message and say, hey, auntie, I love you, auntie. She would shoot a message to another cousin. Hey, can you send me a cash at me some money or something like that? But so lady went over to her house trying to figure out what are we waiting on.
Oh, so that's how it happened. Lady went to them. Well,
from lady's mouth to my ear, she said that she was thinking they was going, after she was contacted and said that Nasiah didn't come, they looked for her. After a few hours of looking places where they thought that she might be and stuff like that, lady thought that, we about to call the police, we about to go to the police, whatever. No, she said, I'm going to go tomorrow. So lady thinking, okay, I guess I don't know. She said she was thinking that her mom was thinking that maybe she had come back. But lady was there that morning, the next morning, at like 7 a.m., like, let's go.
See, this was another thing that came out, because Shannon and Annette was making it seem like they went on their own free will willingly to go report Nazaya missing, but they didn't. The only reason this ball got rolling was because a lady was persistent about finding her daughter when she didn't come home the night before. Other than that, I don't think Shannon and Annette would have rushed to go file a police report on Nazaya being missing. This is crazy. But the fact that she was so persistent on filing this police report and making sure that her daughter get found is crazy to me, because now she's like in the wind. She's not speaking up for Nazaya. She nothing. And that's strange to me. But let's keep going.
And went to the school in the afternoon sometime to ask them, did Nazaya come to school? Not to report her missing. And then that's when she told the school that she hadn't came home the prior day. And they was like, but did you contact the police? And she said no. And that's when they contacted Detroit Public Schools police.
Did y'all hear that? Like, these weird ass people didn't even go to report her missing. They just went to see if she went to school that day, the day prior or whatever, not to report her missing. Only reason she got reported missing is because the school told them they need to contact the police and report her missing. Everything that has happened in this case screams Shannon and Annette. Like, literally. That's why I don't understand why these people don't have charges on them at all. Point blank, period. No ifs, ands, or buts around. They did so much to hinder this case and throw it off. Like, for all we know, things that they saying did happen. It just didn't happen on the days that they saying that it happened. Let's continue.
See,
and that's what came from Lady's mouth. You remember initially they had said Lady was in Ohio. Lady was not in Ohio. Lady was not in Ohio.
Lady was already in Detroit.
Had been in
Detroit for months.
So now I'm trying to figure out, like, why would they put emphasis on talking about Shannon and Annette on the fact that Lady was in Ohio and was never in Detroit around the time this all happened, or period? Like, why would they do that? Because clearly they're saying Lady has been in Detroit for a long, long, long time, way before Nazaya came up missing, that she was not in Ohio. So I'm trying to figure out what would be the reason that they would strongly want Lady to be in Ohio and not in Detroit during the time that Nazaya went missing. Because clearly it's people that said that they seen Lady with Nazaya the day before she went missing. Like, they've always seen Lady in Detroit. So why would they want her not to be in Detroit? I need y'all to answer that for me. I want some feedback on this part, especially of what y'all think. So let's keep going.
The day before Nazaya went missing, she was with Lady. That's a lie too, right?
With Lady.
She was with Lady.
She was with Lady.
She was with Lady.
Okay.
She was with her.
So that explains how Lady was in possession of one of the phones for Nazaya, correct?
Yep.
Right. Okay. Lady gave her supposedly.
Lady gave her a phone because they had took
That's
her
the phone we report. The devices that you got
making sense, because now that you all are telling us that Lady was with Nazaya the day before Nazaya went missing.
Yep.
And this man telling us that some drug dealers gave him $7,000 and he paid up his rent with it. And he was the one, he said, that dropped Lady off at the Travel-In motel. And then all of a sudden, Nazaya comes up missing.
I'm going to say
but this. When did he say this happened?
I'm going to say, let me see, he said it was a lie.
Correct.
But what was the narrative?
Because we have heard some things.
We're talking about when did this happen? Why are you just now? If whatever you were saying that possibly might have made sense, why you wait to say it now? What's really going on?
Exactly. Make this shit make sense.
That's what I said. Where was he at in February of 2025?
Right.
Right.
Because Lady was on
or
in
in
Ohio
January of
with him.
2024.
So why, if you felt all this, that, and the other, why you just now coming out saying something about it?
And that's
So
what's so
that's,
annoying about it is because we don't know everything and we don't really know who to believe
we don't know who to trust, especially now. Because
and
listen,
and
hold
when
on, let
did
me
this
get this out,
happen?
Jay. Let me get.
See, y'all heard it yourself. Yes, people said that Naziah was with her mom the day before she went missing. And Kenneth is the one that said that he dropped Lady off at the hotel. Clearly the same hotel that Jarvis be at, where he takes Naziah and all the other women to as well. He said he dropped her off January the 2nd, and Naziah went missing January the 9th. So either way we go with my theories of it happening before they are saying it happened, whether it was when the last around the time Janelle them last seen her or around still around January area, it's still not the time that they saying that it was when she went missing. So could have been January 2nd when she was with her mom lady and they went to that hotel together. I'm just saying, like, if y'all let people talk long enough, the truth is in mixed in with some lies. It's a whole lot of truth in all this stuff that me and a lot of other content creators have been putting out. It's just the fine. You got to go through it with a fine tooth comb. Um, and it's looking to me like maybe something happened with her with being with Lady. Maybe they trying to cover it up because maybe Lady they don't want Lady to go down for something that her and Jarvis did together. Her, Jarvis, and King put in a play together. Not to mention, Lady not even supposed to be around this Zaya being that Annette is her guardian through CPS. So that speaks volumes too. But let's keep going.
Wait, you said a what year?
January 2nd of 2024.
He dropped her. He
Girl,
dropped off on
bad.
January 2nd.
No, ma'am.
I don't even know if
I'm
him
trying to
being.
understand
I don't
that.
know. I can't
No,
tell.
listen,
I
I
can't.
don't know because from
I
my
don't know.
understanding, she was already here. But guess
I
what?
don't know.
Listen, I'm not saying.
I'm
What I
not
am
saying it
gonna
didn't
say is,
happen, but
boy,
why
well,
over a
you
year
know,
later say that?
I do have a story to tell. And a lot of people I understand want to hear it. But I plan on having certain family members tell their story. I don't want to tell an adult story because
Correct.
that's not right. But she did have I can say this, she had a horrible upbringing. And she experienced a lot of things that would damage her. And I'm not making that an excuse, solely saying that a lot of women in my family have had a hell of a hand. And so it's been rough. I was born into a family that I wasn't able to choose my family, and a lot of the women in my family weren't able to choose their family, and hell,
Correct.
the men as well.
Correct.
She absolutely has a story, and I would love to see her come forward and speak about that.
Y'all heard that, and just in case y'all curious, she's talking about Annette, and herself as well as other women in the family. Like it's a long history of SA in the family, and the fact that nobody still to this day has spoken up except for Kiwana's sister, spoken up and said what happened to her finally after decades, years, or what it was. So it's just it's just sad. Like nobody is really ready to tell their story, knowing that this happened to their little cousin, their little niece, all these things. Like it's very sad. So let's keep going. But I want to come back and say another thing that is just so sad is the fact that how Roxy and Kenya be trying to talk about uh Kiwana and says she's slow and she has mental issues, this and that. That's not funny, and that's not something to be sitting there throwing around and talking about somebody about when. Have y'all thought that maybe she has these problems because of what was done to her? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's sad that they will even do that to her. Like, people, things like that, being SA affects people in multiple different ways. But I just want to say that, so let's keep going.
Make no excuse for no one, because again, I have my own story. Does it involve my mother's side? Because that was my mother's sister.
Right.
Again, I have a story to tell. It doesn't stop here. I'm just literally trying to keep the light on Isaiah. I don't want to come out telling like, why now? What I'm talking about me. The sole the sole purpose of what we did and why we did it was to get justice for Isaiah.
What it is that this whole family has been scared for decades, years, to open Pandora's box and let all the lies just fall out. Like, let the story be told instead of letting the cycle continue. They are afraid of what people will say, what people will think, how it may like make them look. When in all actuality, they are victims. Unless y'all did some things that y'all shouldn't have been doing because of what was done to you guys, then that's a whole nother story. But having this thing happen to you, don't get held against you. It don't make you look away. Um, I know it's deep scars, wounds, and all of these things that a person has to deal with, and probably half of them probably haven't even went and had counseling because they like the way that they are. They don't want to talk to nobody and tell nobody anything. Like, they will go to their grave with the secret of about that whole family, and it's sad. At some point, somebody got to stand up and break the cycle. At some point, somebody has to do it. But it's at the point now to where, like, you should just open up and go ahead and tell your story. Not wait to write a book to tell your story. Just go, even just sit down and talk to somebody, a counselor, a therapist, or something, to get it off your chest. It's just sad that nobody was able to do it before it got got this bad to where nobody knows where Nazaria is. Nobody stood up for her. Nobody helped her. Janelle and Kiwana was trying to help her, but that's basically all the help she had, and their hands was tied. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave your comments in the comment section. This is just something I wanted to talk about and get a few things off my chest with the situation. Other than that, I'm about to call it a night. This story is like, at times it's overwhelming because it's just so many plots and twists. It's so much to comb through. So sometimes I just be having to take take a breather. But I'm out, y'all. Bye.
We bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the streets to the world, keep it real, no cap. You're breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Call it these. VV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused.